Taking no fucking chances, guys. I'm taking no fucking chances, I tell you. Hey, I tell you what, guys. How you doing? You alright? I'm down, I'm on the lockdown, you know what I'm saying? In Spain. Fucking hell. I knew that would come in handy one day. I bought it in Tunisia about 25 years ago. I think I've just got more viruses, but it fucking stinks. Covered in bits now. Are you alright? I can't. My hair was alright, but I was trying to make you laugh. Right, Thursday the 19th of March 2020, and you're watching KopTalk, that TV. Alright. I need a shave then. What's going on? This is what it's like being locked down, guys. I'll be waiting a minute. If there's anyone outside my office, it's a fucking razor, it's not what you think. So you don't get that on Match It Day, do you? Right, guys, listen. Where were we? I'm covering fucking bits. I'm ever the prepared as ever. No, listen, seriously, guys. We're on lockdown in Spain, and we've been on lockdown for nearly a week now. I think it became compulsory, actually. Can't remember if it was last weekend or Monday. I don't know. But certainly it's nearly a week that I've been locked up in my house. And very different, you know. I've been watching my mates in England all on lash and having a drink and going to pubs and clubs and everything, and we're all here and we're not allowed out. Do you know what I mean? It's like total different scenario between countries, and that, whether that happens in the UK next or not, I don't know. But basically here in Spain, we're only allowed out of our property for essential things like foods, medicine supplies. If you've got a job, if you go out to work where you have to work somewhere, and it's, you know, big fines if you're out when you're not supposed to be out, and you can only leave your house and you can only be one person in a car at a time and stuff like that. You can take your dogs for a walk, but only one of you at a time, and you can't basically be with anyone outside. It's just an absolute nightmare. And there's a van driving around saying stay in your properties. There's a van driving around with a tannoy saying stay in your properties and all that, don't come out. I've had police up my street with fucking machine guns and everything. You know, it's fucking eerie, man. It's like something from The Purge. And I'll be honest with you, if you follow my live streams and that, it depressed me a bit a few days ago. My head was right down and I was struggling to come to terms with it all. It's weird because the borders are closed now, so it's psychological. Like, all my loved ones are in England at the moment, you know, and I had no intentions of going to England, and there was no one due to visit me here at the moment. But because now you've had that freedom taken away and you can't go anywhere, you're kind of finding yourself wanting to do everything. It's really strange, and because normally I work from home anyway, it wouldn't really be a big deal. The one thing that's bothering me is that there is no content whatsoever to talk about. You're going to tell me there is, but I'm not going to sit here and patronise people with shitty little videos, talking about transfers when people... How can the media be banging on about transfers and stuff like that? I was speaking to an agent, I've been speaking to people that are, involved in football, and they're like, everything's just on hold at the moment until we get some clarity as to what's going on. So how these big media organisations are churning out transfer stories every day is beyond me, and I'm not going to patronise anyone and get involved in that, because at the end of it, you do it. If I do a news article for you, or if I do a video about a transfer at the top and say, the Telegraph are making this claim, people then say to me, "What's your opinion, Dunk?" And my opinion is, I ain't got a fucking clue. That's my opinion, because like, what's going to happen? Do you really think we're going to be out of... well, you're not probably in lockdown, but when we got told lockdown, they said 15 days. Straight away, I was like, it ain't going to be days. This is going to be months. Already they're extending it into April, further into April, the second week, I think. This is going to go on for months, in my opinion, and it's a bit frightening. Honestly, it is. And, well, is it frightening or not? I guess it is frightening in some regard. I don't know. It's just... I'm one of these people that I dwell. So when I see stuff on the news involving people suffering, I'm one of them people that gets upset by it, and I can't help that. Like when 9/11 happened, I was like, for months, so depressed, man. I could see things, and I imagine what people go through, and I don't know. I'm deep. I'm really deep, man. And so like from last week, I remember last week, Friday to Monday maybe, I didn't put my telly on. I just literally sat on my settee, just like fucking, like just like spaz, just fucking. I don't know. And I know I'm not allowed to say that word, but I'm 45. It's what we were brought up when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? And I just sat there, and I'm like, I just don't know what to do with myself. Don't know where to put myself. So I'm trying to snap out of it, and I think the best way to do that is with you guys by making videos and podcasts. I'm still doing my podcast. So if you go to KopTalk podcast, no, hang on, search KopTalk podcast, search Dunk Knows Best on your podcast app, or go on Spotify, search KopTalk, or search Dunk Knows Best, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, 5 days a week. I've done both of them today. I'm struggling a bit, obviously, with the Liverpool one. They're a bit shorter than usual. They're only 3 hours long now instead of 6. So yeah, the news is a bit limited at the moment. But obviously what I'm going to do is next week, I thought, is I will maybe start looking at some historical things, or player profiles, or facts and things like that, if we haven't got a lot of news to talk about. I'm very conscious that a lot of you have joined my channel, to become members and things, and I haven't done shout out videos yet, so that probably will be a good thing for me over the next few days to get caught up with that. But just mentally, I haven't been in a good place. I wouldn't say I've been depressed, like don't worry about me or anything. I'm just like confused by it all, and I'm taking it all in, what's going on in the world, and I'm wondering about people and stuff like that, and suffering. I don't like people suffering, and yeah, that's it. So that's it. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm not my usual laugh a minute self. But I'm trying to address that, all right? So I will be back on form, I promise you, within a couple of days. Tomorrow, I'm going to make a conscious effort to churn some videos out tomorrow for you. This is the first time I think I've been in this room since my last video, obviously. I literally, just haven't been in here. I just don't know what to talk to you about, guys, honestly. So I just wanted to give you a little update on what's happening here in Spain. So we are on lockdown. It is very strict here. The army's out, the police out, everything. But community spirit, everyone's pulling together. 8 o'clock every night, we all go outside and applaud the national health workers and stuff. So outside on the balconies and the streets, we all go out and applaud them. And listen, all I want to say to you is this, right? If you're in the UK, for example, you might be looking at this, listening to this video thinking, he's overreacting a bit, isn't he? But that's probably because you're not going through what we're going through here. Do you know what I mean? So like back home, everyone's like more relaxed and they're just still carrying on their normal lives a little bit. Here, I popped out here earlier and outside in the street, there's fucking guys, there's nobody. It's like I'm waiting for a zombie, zombies to jump out of the bushes and fucking grab me. Do you know what I mean? And it's very, very eerie, and people are getting fined for being out of the properties and stuff like that. But yeah, so if you follow me on Twitter at Duncan Oldham and on Instagram at Duncan Oldham, then you'll obviously be aware of what's going on a bit more. So I'm here. I am updating the podcast every day, weekday as usual. Although I did miss one, I think, earlier in the week, maybe Monday, I don't know, because there's so much going on. There was so much going on initially when we were trying to get organised for this period of lockdown. But, life's got to go on. Life's got to crack on. Life goes on for some of us. You know what I'm saying, guys? So we've got to continue, and I've got to continue. My revenues down on KopTalk since the football ban came in are down 80%. So, this is definitely really affecting me already. It's going to do in a few weeks, put it that way. Revenues are down 80% in terms of advertising, the podcast, everything. So I need your support more than ever. And as I've said as well on the members website, on the KopTalk VIP members website, I put a post on there the other day saying, look, don't be afraid to speak up if you need help. All right. This is the KopTalk community and family. So if a KopTalk member, for example, comes forward and says, I haven't been able to work, this might not be the case in the UK at the moment, but it's certainly the case here where people are unable to work because they maybe rely on tourism and everywhere's closed because nowhere's allowed to open other than essentials like a supermarket, for example, or a chemist. So people here can't last very long because they've got no money. And what I've said to the members is, look, if you find yourself on your arse at some point, if lockdown takes place in the UK, you can't go out to your job or you're fucking broke or whatever, don't suffer, do you know what I mean? Step up and say, do you know what, lads, I can't get my shopping this week, I can't feed my kids, simple as that. If that's the case, you speak up, I will step up, I'll throw a few quid into a kitty somewhere, send you something on PayPal. And I know that with the community that we have on KopTalk and the massive, we have a lot of people involved with KopTalk, that watch the videos, the podcast, the members website, tens of thousands of you fuckers are out there. Then if I turn around and say, look, there's this Red, he needs some help, I know that people will chip in, especially if we know that Red, because obviously people can be like, well, I don't know who that is done because it's someone trying to skank us. But if they're a KopTalk member, the members are already going to know them. So, and we've all said this on there. I've put that thread on there, and people say absolutely right. So if one of our members steps forward and says, "I'm in the shit. I can't pay my electric," then that community, we will step together, and all them £1 and £2 that I chip in and someone else chips in, it all puts together, and it'll pay someone's fucking bill. So don't struggle, right? Don't struggle. We're all there for each other. You've got to remember that YNWA is not a slogan. It's a way of life for us, right? So we stick together. Simple as that. You've got my email address. You know you can get hold of me. We'll all stick together. It's as simple as that. And if you guys can continue to support my efforts by joining this channel, there's a join button underneath my videos. If you do that helps me. Do you know what I mean? But I understand if you can't at the minute and stuff like that, but you can always leave a comment or give a thumbs up or an encouraging comment, and that makes a lot of difference. Honestly, it does. When I lose contact with you guys, my head drops a bit. Like, I'm like that. But when I see someone leave a nice comment, I go, I see someone that do love my vids really. So you know what I mean? So I like to be here for you, and we've all got to stick together. But please don't suffer if this awful crisis hits you and your family. Please don't suffer, right? Now I act one of these tree hugging, candle lighting, lefty hugging, #be kind people. I'm just telling you as it is. There's none of this bullshit. I'm not saying this to be popular on social media. I'm saying this, we're a family, right? Simple as that. And we look out for each other. So don't be bottling it up or any shit like that. All right? All right then. Right, I'm off to take the dogs for a walk, so fucking not. I'll take them later when there's no one around. But it's funny because you can take the dog for a walk, but only one of you can be out of the house at any one time. And you've got to stay away from everyone. There's a dog park down the road from me, and there's a sign up saying no more than 3 people. Well, 3 people's too much for me anyway. Do you know what I mean? And I put the little shitty pooper scoop bags that you pick the shite up with, right? I put one of them over my hands when I open gates at thing and go, hey, it's fucking weird around here, guys. I'm telling you. I was down there the other night walking around, not a soul. I was Skyping my uncle back in England. I was showing you. I said, I'll take you for a walk with me, on my dog walk. And I showed him, the area, and he was like, fucking hell. He said, I'm waiting for someone to jump out and get you. I went, I know. And then the police car drove past real slow with the blue lights on, real slow, just looking at me and that. But I could see I was with the dogs. And, yeah, it was all right. Anyway, so I'll get off. And I'll speak to you. I'm going to do a video now, actually, for you guys. So there is something that I wanted to do. This is more of just like updating you as to what's going on, all right? But yeah, let's stick together, guys. We'll get through this fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? Don't go out if you don't need to go out, right? If you're going to just go out for a pint this weekend with your mates, you're a fucking knobhead. I'll tell you straight. You really are. You might be all right. Your mates might be all right. But we've got to think about the vulnerable people in the country. Simple as that. And I'm not interested in your conspiracy theories, right? Well, I am a bit, to be honest. Drop them in the comments. I'm always open to listening to anything that people's got to say about it. How are you doing in your countries? What's your thought about it? I know this is a football channel, but let's just see how things are going. All right, guys, and take care. And business as usual from tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned. Otherwise, I'm going to end up just falling into like a, you know what I'm saying? All right, guys, I'll be back with you shortly. All right.